Welcome to the very first blog from the London Scottie Club. I'm George Matlock. Over the coming weeks and months, we look forward to engaging with all of our members and others curious about Scottish Terriers and jotting down lots of goodies in the form of text blogs. We will also conduct interviews with special guests, professionals and celebrities in the form of podcasts, audio content you can listen to on demand anytime you like, including when you're walking your dog. And although all of our pets are pedigree, there is one little crossbred that sneaked in to our website. It's where text online meets audio. So we will provide blogs in an audio format as well. So you can catch us on portable devices like smartphones, allowing you to listen while you walk your Scotties. We call it Blog on the Go. In fact, this is the very first blog on the go, and we hope you like the innovation. We want Scottie owners to be as active as they can so that they and their cherished Scotties lead a healthy life. The fact you have sought out and found our website, unless it was thanks to the accidental fat finger, means that you are at least curious about Scotties. Or maybe, like our members, you are dotty about Scotties. There is a fun element to the London Scottie Club, launched in March 2016. We are a social meet-up group for Scotties and their owners within the M25 area. Some people have already asked whether they can join even though they are just outside the M25. The answer is yes. We are not rigid about this, but the M25 orbital motorway does kind of offer a focal point. It is not strictly imposed. If logistics allow you to come from beyond London, even from the ancestral home of the Scottish Terrier in Aberdeen, we would be honoured to welcome you, not shut the door on you. Our main admission requirements are that you have or intend to have or have previously had a Scottish Terrier as a pet. We seek to mix with friends who know the breed of dog, or if they are seeking to acquire a Scottie, that they understand what they are letting themselves in for. We are essentially building a community of like-minded people. How much or how little you put into that process will reflect in what you get out of it too. We encourage you to become actively involved if you possibly can, but we will never turn away people who love Scotties. They are one of the most characterful of terriers that you will ever meet. Yes, they have Scottitude. They have been the pet of choice of British monarchs, US heads of state, as well as famous authors, actors, and sports personalities. The idea of the club was born out of both the excitement at the resurgence of the breed and a horror at people opting to have Scotties just because of a fad. We know Scotties were popular in Victorian Britain, but reached their heyday in the 1920s and 30s. They remained popular enough in the 1950s that the makers of the Monopoly game board decided to create a silver token in the shape of a Scottie. In a recent cull of tokens, the public was asked to vote on what they would like off the board. The Scottie was the most popular token to remain. The vast majority of people demanded it stays, and so it has. But for all that, in the real world, Scotties have been in decline for decades. Not on the endangered species list at the Kennel Club of Great Britain, they still number around 40 each year in the heats at the Crufts Dogs Show competition, but nevertheless, they are less in abundance than they once were. In a future blog, we will examine why they have been in decline. But a funny thing has happened in the past few years, a surge, or maybe a flash in the pan, in the popularity of the proud Scottie. I asked the breeder from where my two Scottie pups, Peakush and Pudding, came how certain events have impacted on her business. She told me that normally she has a waiting list of around 6 people for Scotties. That pretty much clears one litter. But following the 2014 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, where Scotties were engaged in marching with the flag bearers at the opening ceremony, demand rocketed 6-fold to 36 on the waiting list. Not bad, but what about after Moscow's Scottie Knopper won Crufts in 2015, the first Scottie since 1929? Well, demand again rocketed about 5-fold to 150. There I was thinking I rarely ever see a Scottie around in London, but maybe this will change in a few years. But is it even a good thing? If people want to have a Scottie as a kind of trophy dog, now that one has won at Crufts? The London Scottie Club was launched partly in order to connect with others who have Scotties lurking around their homes, and partly to ensure that those who do lurk are getting the best treatment. From what I've seen so far, there is a lot of dedicated owners out there loving their Scotties, so hurrah! But as Scottie owners know, these dogs can be a handful. I think it is fair to say that we would rather see that there were fewer but happy Scotties around than a lot of unhappy ones. Sometimes owners are well-intentioned but misguided about the needs of their dogs. Again, so far it all looks good in the London Scottie Club's membership on that score. But should anyone need help, we want to ensure that help is at hand. And what makes us think that we know what we're talking about? Well, nothing. We are not experts, we are not professionals. But the club can do for you is that through strength in numbers, first of all is to exchange knowledge and experiences of fellow members, and secondly invite top experts to visit us and offer talks about keeping Scotties. Hopefully all of it in a friendly and welcoming way. So we look forward to seeing you get involved. Spread the word via social media or your friends and neighbours. We look forward to seeing you at our events. Right, I need to lie down now.